Hey, what's up? This is your leadership coach Glasstein with another message that could take your leadership to the next level. On this episode, we're going to be talking about how to stay engaged and be productive at that boring meeting during quarantine. See you in a second. Welcome back. Hey, I just want to take a second right now to say thank you to all my leaders out there who are providing us with great motivational content and inspirational content out there on Facebook, LinkedIn, IG, Twitter. Just wanted to say thank you very much for all your contribution and keep up the good work. Now, let's get into this video. I'm calling this segment the boring meeting buster formula. The boring meeting buster formula, because that's essentially what it is. I did not come up with this formula. It was a formula that I got from Dr. Marshall Goldsmith. And if you don't know who Dr. Marshall Goldsmith is, he wrote the book, What Got You Here Won't Get You There. Check him out. Very inspirational, motivational leader. Just a person with some very good vibes, and I love that about him. So let's get into the formula. And the reason why I had to find this formula was because during COVID-19, we're at home. We're going through all these meetings at work. I mean, we're inundated with meetings every single day. I mean, some of us have more than others, but the fact is that we have to go to these meetings, and some of these meetings are just downright boring. So I had to find a way to stay engaged and be productive at the same time, right? So I looked for something. I was like, okay, there has to be a formula out there. There has to be something that could kind of trigger my mind to, as soon as I engage in a meeting, no matter what's going on, I will be engaged, I will be focused, I'll be checked in. And this is what I found. Now, just imagine with me that you are going to be tested on the following questions. Now, the question number one is, did I do my best to be happy? Did you do your best to be happy? Did you do your best to be happy coming into the meeting? Did you do your best to come in with a cheerful attitude? That'll be the first question that tester asks you after the meeting. The second question is, did you do your best to find meaning? Did you do your best to find meaning to that meeting? Do I really want to say that like that? Did you do your best to find meaning in that meeting? That's what I want to say. What was the meeting about? How can the information that you gathered from that meeting serve others? You know, what were some of the takeaways that were important for your client, customer, or business, right? The next question is, did I do my best to build positive relationships? Did you do your best to build positive relationship with your team, with your client, with your customer, with whomever that you're privileged to serve? As leaders, we don't allow people to serve us. We serve them. But did you do your best to build a positive relationship with that person? The next question is, did I do my best to be fully engaged? Did I do my best to be fully engaged? Was I present? Was I there? Did I understand? If someone ask me if I could provide feedback, can I provide feedback on important points? Did I ask great questions, great thought-provoking questions? I mean, did I do my best to be fully engaged. Now, you're going to have to use your imagination. Every time I find myself now, after learning this, every time that I find myself going to a meeting, this is how I prepare. I will go and somewhere quiet, and I would just say, did I do my best to be happy? Did I do my best to find meaning? Did I do my best to build positive relationships? Did I do my best to be fully engaged? Now, Dr. Goldsmith, he asked for just one. You'll be probably tested on just one questions, or it could be happy, meaning, building positive relationships, or being fully engaged. For myself, I ask myself all four because I really want to dial in to that meeting, because it's the type of work that I do in cybersecurity. It's very important that I'm dialed in, that I'm focused with my customers and my client, and that they know that our organization is here to serve them and that we're listening. And that's very important for your customers, especially right now during the COVID-19 quarantine thing. People really want to know that you're listening to them. So now the question is, how would you show up differently if you knew you were going to be tested on these questions, on these four questions after the meeting? How would you show up at that meeting? Now, I want you to comment below and let me know some of your answers, because I'm curious, because I know for me, just thinking about this, tests, we all get kind of antsy when it comes to tests, but just thinking about being tested after the meeting helps me to be more engaged, helps me to ask better questions, helps me. I don't just sit there, on WebEx or Zoom and just zone out. I'm very engaged. I'm asking questions. They might not be the greatest questions, but they're the greatest questions to me because I'm asking them, right? And plus, some of these meetings I am leading them. So it behooves me to be fully engaged. But I offer my opinions. I offer solutions. I don't just come up with issues, but I come up with solutions along with those issues that I present. So I show up more. I'm very intentional about showing up. Another way we can put that, how would you do it? How would you do what you do differently? What would you do differently? Sorry. What would you do differently? Same thing. How would you show up? Would you be dressed like some of the times, even when I'm at home, I'm still dressed in business attire because I want to show up like that, because clothing and style helps us to show up differently. I'm not in my pajamas. I'm not, I didn't just wake up for the 8:00 meeting. I woke up like 2 hours ahead, and I've been preparing myself for this meeting, for this engagement, So I show up with, fully dressed. I show up, I show up differently, right? Ever since I got this formula, it's been a heaven sent, because I've really, it really puts you in that attentive, focused mindset. And it's all about mindset, right? And so I want you to use this formula. Let's go through the questions again. Did I do my best to be happy? Did I do my best to be happy today? Did I do my best to find meaning? Did I do my best to build positive relationships? Did I do my best to be fully engaged? Ask yourself those questions and let me know on the comments below. How would you show up differently at a meeting if you knew that you were going to be tested right after that meeting? Curious to know. On that note, really appreciate you guys Don't forget to, if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell so you can be notified every time a new video comes up. And also, please like this video. I would love to hear your comments, and I'm out of here. Peace.